Paradinks!
Ha ha ha! Double intro for you today.
Yeah, although it's not double the episode.
Hell no. I can only talk for so long. So we thought we would just talk about, we've been in Calgary now for 6 months.
Yeah. Well, and I noticed as I was uploading our episodes that a lot of people seem to be enjoying the episodes with us talking about our move from BC to Alberta. Maybe just because they're on there the longest, but either way, it gave me the idea we should do a little update for everyone to see, or just tell you how we like it, things we don't like, what we do like, what we've been up to, because it's a question I've been getting a lot lately too. So,
yeah, well, tell us.
Well, I think most people always, they ask about work, and since I'm a self-employed photographer, filmmaker type, I don't know. I found it kind of simple. Like I did this moving to Vancouver as well, where you just start reaching out and meeting people and showing them what you do, and like they start hiring you for stuff eventually.
Well, what I've noticed though, for you and your career is that you seem to be getting more work right now than you were when we were in Vancouver. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool to see. And how much you've networked already in such a short amount of time. That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. It's I think that's part of this move helped me to be able to step back from a lot of that props work that I had been doing as well. And, the work that I wasn't really enjoying, but it was kind of like easy money in a way. So I think having removed myself from the possibility of doing a lot of that work has forced me to go out and be a little more proactive and stand behind my work and pursue more of the work I think I really wanted to be doing. But for whatever reasons felt I had to still do all this prop work or risk going bankrupt and getting kicked out of Vancouver. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking would happen, but it's felt good. I think it's felt like a healthier networking and getting things that I'm much more excited about doing the work for. And
doing a bit of everything too. Mm-hmm. You've done wedding photography, you've done videography.
Yeah.
And
I just laughed because it was part of my networking plan to just sort of say, okay, what is everything I've ever done and have some little bit of skill or knowledge or background in, and just reach out and start doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's worked out. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. And what about for you?
Well, I used to work in administration.
The office.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be more professional and use my words, my big words. So I wasn't going to say I used to work in an office, but I did for a long time. And I really hated it. I hated it. I was good at it. Really hated it. Miserable. And it just seems like everywhere I went was toxic. And I think that's just sort of what happens in an office naturally. It's like part of every office vibe. I think people just they're not happy where they are. And then it just spreads like a disease. And for me, it's really hard for me to hide my feelings. Mm-hmm. Maybe more so hide my angry feelings.
You really let that shine.
I do. Oh, I think that goes back to my childhood. I guess we're not using that. We're not splitting it up. Back to when I was younger.
That's a different story, by the way, that goes to like a whole different spiritual consciousness thing. Okay, well, just for those who maybe didn't know, it's not that anything's bad. It's just we had this mind-blowing explanation that we'll talk about some other time. So
anyway, so when I was younger, I was, just mad a lot and I yelled a lot, and I'm sorry. I'm glad my brothers like me now. Anyways, so I struggle and I feel like I'm honest to a fault for some things, and that is my feelings is really hard to hide, and I'll just shut down. I'll stop talking because that's the only way I can prevent myself from getting super angry or whatever. So, anyway, so I'm not blaming just the offices, but they definitely impacted me in a very negative way. Well,
they made it harder for you to improve yourself in that manner, I guess.
It's like being stuck in a sticky goo, or like a quicksand.
So how is Alberta then? Helped?
So well, I feel like I have to explain everything. Okay,
I know. I just want to make sure we don't complain too much in this episode, because we don't have much to complain about.
But that's where I'm heading to, the good stuff. But so basically, last year, I had a lot of changes, and one of those changes was I chose not to go back to work into an office. That didn't leave a whole lot for me, or maybe it did. Well, it opened up some other avenues, but it's really hard when you've been working in the same profession for a long time to find other things. And I was trying to figure out what I would be good at that just is not office work. So I tried some other things, and it was a lot of fun, and we were on our way to Calgary anyway. So when we got here, I still wasn't sure what I was going to do. But we needed to work. So we took the month of April off, right? And to just chill and figure it out. And then I started stressing out, and I was looking for jobs, and, still avoiding any office work. Like, I didn't want to go backwards. I was open to trying to do something better. And so one of the first jobs I applied for, I got an interview and got the job. So I'm actually cleaning houses right now.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's exciting because I actually really sincerely love to clean. So it's been a lot of fun, and I wanted something that would keep me active and motivated. And this is definitely...
And take you around the city, too.
Yeah.
Because you work at different homes.
Exactly. So I get to know Calgary, and I get to meet a lot of people, too. And I had said one of the things I wanted to do was be a little bit more open and join the community, because I'm not a very good neighbor. I'm not annoying or anything. I'm just ignorant.
Yeah.
I just, hi, bye.
Yeah. We're those quiet people that
You're much better.
I still always feel like I could be out there more.
And I don't think it would matter who my neighbor was, unless it was like a friend. I'd probably ignore everybody.
Totally.
And that's nothing against neighbors. We have great neighbors.
Yeah. Well, to me, my home has always been a place where I can come here and like ignore the world if I need to.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel if you need company and you want to be around energy and exciting things, you can always go out and find that anywhere. But it's hard to have the opposite. And so I've always wanted to make my home exactly that. You know, so I think if I was super friendly or had like a really close neighborhood friend who was always coming over or knocking on the doors or something, I would get annoyed really quick.
Yeah. Text before you come.
Yeah, which then, you know, just puts us back to this relationship where we are. But anyhow, we have got to meet some new neighbors, though. It's like I got to meet Nino and then across the alley in the back. And then there was Daniel. And oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name now.
I was going to say, give away all of our neighbors' names.
Yeah, but whatever.
You've met a lot of the people in our neighborhood. Yes. The long and the short of it.
A couple. I know like 3 homes.
I've met a lot of cats.
Yep. We've had some cats and animals come by.
Every time there's a cat outside, I think we've seen like 5 different cats.
Yeah, there was a new one yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like calico, but had a white face.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't
he
seen
ran
that cat
away.
before. But the gray one, that's, oh man, now I can't remember. Colby. I think it's Colby.
Colby.
But that's Danielle, or Daniel, not Danielle. Daniel and her name. Ah, it's
It's
blanking on
okay.
me.
It's okay.
Well, I
Let's
just
move
saw him
on.
when I was coming back from my bike ride today too. He was like getting out of the car and getting something out of the house. So I waved, said hello, said hi. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today.
Yeah, so shh. Let's move
Yep.
on. There's a
Anyways,
gas station up just at the corner of our street too, which is awesome.
yep. For all those snacks and candy cravings, and
We can just walk up there. 7-Eleven's not
it's
far
really great.
either.
I think
Oh.
it's a big step up because previously in the apartment in Langley we had the Save On Foods and the liquor store right across the street. So I think it's a big step up to only have a little corner store, and now we're only tempted by candy and not like whiskey.
Although that is still not that far.
Yeah, it is Alberta.
But exactly. So let's talk about our area then, because we've been walking around. You do go on your bike rides a lot.
Yeah.
You actually go pretty far. I don't ride the bike.
Nope.
Bicycle. It's a bicycle. I don't ride the bicycle.
Yeah. Well, your parents gifted us some bikes.
Yeah.
Shout out to mom and dad. Thank you. And yeah, Calgary's got all these awesome trails around it. And I find it so funny that I'm so much more outdoorsy here than I ever was in Vancouver. Because Vancouver has that kind of image built up, but I felt like there's really not that much area where you can actually like really ride around. You know, it's like if you want to ride, okay, let's go down to the seawall or something, or you kind of got to be like in Vancouver. Mm-hmm. If you're out in New West, Burnaby, Langley, Richmond, any of that, like, good luck. There's not really anywhere to ride.
Yeah.
You know? Well, like there's roads, but you're with all the cars.
Yeah.
You know? Versus here, I have trails all over the city. Like I go on these 12, 15, 20 kilometer rides in the middle of the afternoon. It's been such a fun way, I think, to find the details of the city and like those little quiet things, or kind of off the wall, like that upside down church public art thing that
There's a
is
lot
by
of
the
weird
library.
art around Calgary.
Yeah. And I feel like in your car, when you're driving around, you don't maybe go where those art pieces are because they're a little off the main routes, and or maybe in an alley or
time
something.
To
like,
look at them either.
yeah, and you're paying attention to traffic and pedestrians, and you know you have a whole lot of other things on your mind. Versus the bike, I feel like I can get around with relative speed. Like it's faster than walking around. It's not as crazy as taking the bus. But also you get to just move slowly and see the space. Yeah.
Can I fit on your bike?
Maybe.
At least take me to the scooter, and I'll scoot with you. I'll
Totally.
pay to ride with you.
Yep.
Rather than just hopping on the second bike.
We'll just have to get our
three
own
bikes, and I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't know. I scared.
Yeah. But it's also made me fall in love with the river, because there's an awesome river trail. They're doing some construction on part of it, but it's still really awesome. And one of my favorite things to do on these hot summer days was to go down there and just put my feet in the river, because it's ice cold. This is like glacier melt right off the mountains that you see behind the city, right? Like it's right there. And it feels so good.
Ducks love it.
Oh, the ducks love it too. Yeah, that was fun. Some ducks came like right next to me. It felt really cool. You know, I don't know. I've had this whole like different kind of connection with nature, and I don't know. There's something in the way that Calgary has incorporated a lot of the natural environment into the city that feels so much more organic than Vancouver ever did.
Yeah, and you know what? I always was saying. Well, for a while there, I was saying I miss the trees. I miss that, but I definitely, when you say that, it gives me a warm feeling, because I totally see that here, and you just have to go find the trees. I like being a little bit claustrophobic, so I like being surrounded by things. So I think that's why I like the trees and stuff. So it's almost like being exposed by being here with the feel the farmland and open sky.
Yeah. the skies are so big.
Yeah,
I
but
like
it's
that's the only
cool.
way I know how to describe it. The sky just feels bigger.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think it's really had a very positive effect on my mindset. And I think we were talking about this before we moved because I was curious if I would notice that or if it would start happening. And I do. It feels like there's so many more possibilities in the world. I don't feel like there's obstacles around me. It
Yeah.
really feels like I can look way out, and maybe it helps me feel like I can see my own futures or
Yeah.
imagine my own future.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
I totally feel that too.
it's been cool.
It's yeah, the human nature connection
Yeah.
there. It's
Well, to me, it's always felt similar to, how people say that it's not what you know, it's who you know. So it's, kind of like who you surround yourself with really says a lot about who you are. But I believe that extends to our physical environments, right?
yeah,
Like
totally.
where we are in the world and whatever that environment is like will also have a very deep impact
Like
on who we
working
are
in an
or believe that
office.
we are. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah. It works on so many levels. And so I think I'm really enjoying the ways in which Calgary is, I think, opening me up more to my own potential.
Yeah. It's sort of feeling like being uncluttered. And that's sort of what I had been doing for the past year.
Cluttering?
Personally.
Or, uncluttering.
Uncluttering,
Yeah.
like getting rid of stuff and in all aspects. And so it's all just, I think we already said this. Our house number is 222, which in angel numbers means a fresh start. And that's truly how it's felt and is continuing to be for us. And I just feel like we have accomplished a lot since being here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I kind of, there will be days when I feel like there's still a lot to do. That's just a fact. And so there's still days when I can look at that and feel like, oh my gosh, we've hardly made a dent in what we need to do or want to do here because we have fun visions for the house and for our lives and the community and projects. And, there's so many fun ideas and things spinning. And, but I have to stop and then just recount what we've done. And I think too, because the more I talk to people about this move, I don't think I ever realized how much energy and effort and stress and excitement and emotion, like just the act of moving, and especially in the way that we did with like no prospects really, right? Like we just kind of felt like this is where we need to go. Here's an opportunity and we're going to take it. But like no jobs lined up.
Yeah.
No like real friend network. We know my cousin and Aaron, and his fiance Aaron. It's like cool, but like that's it. We know these people, and this is a good deal on a house.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But it all has landed perfectly.
Totally.
It's just so it just makes everything feel right. And I think we've talked about this before, but a lot has changed for me, at least in the year and a half. And it's all because I started listening to my little gut over here and my instinct and pursuing my happiness. And it's intertwined with your happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Beautifully. I couldn't find the word.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is just like propelling us forward, which is just so much fun because we're supposed to be talking about Calgary.
Well, and we are, because that's part of.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a big part of, I guess, what Calgary is becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it almost feels like now is more like there's a fire burning from a spark that started in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like when we met, we recognized, like not only our like strengths together, but also having similar interests and visions and dreams of what we would want a life to be. And I think even leaving that open space to also just explore, to say, I don't know, I have these ideas, but I know there can also be more. So let's not close ourselves to just this one vision of life. And so I think that's why to me, Calgary feels just even more important as a place right now.
It's our stepping stone.
Yeah, because it feels like it's really opening us both up to realizing those things that we talked about and dreamed about. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's most exciting about it.
Yeah.
6 months later. And, what our only concern right now is how bad will winter be?
Here's a joke. Here's a joke.
Okay.
So a coworker of mine sent this to me recently. And we've talked about the weather already, but she's like, welcome to Alberta. Winter is at 6 a.m. Spring starts at 10 a.m. Summer is at 2 p.m. And fall starts around 4:30-ish. Dress accordingly. Like, even today, this morning, 'cause we're in September, we're almost in October. It's like winter is coming. And I wore a tank top underneath my work shirt.
Why?
Because I knew that the house I was going to was hot. So I'm like, okay. And I'm always so uncomfortable when I get really sweaty. Yeah. And I'm just like, no.
I thought you were just hoping the afternoon would be scorching.
No. I was prepared for where I was going. But tank top, my work t-shirt, my fluffy sweater, feeling like I could have worn a scarf. Mm-hmm. And walking out the door, and then by the afternoon, I'm just like, I should be wearing less. And I was in my tank top at that point too. Yeah. With my pant legs like rolled up to my thighs.
Yep. I think I saw a video someone posted where it was some guy walking in like a big thick hoodie with the hood on, basketball shorts, and some like fluffy slippers down the street in Calgary. And they're like, yeah, it's like September in Calgary.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't dressed that differently. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're still wearing shorts.
Sometimes, yeah. Inside I will.
Yeah. But it's been weird too because we put the thermostat back on and then we turn it off and then in the morning we have it on and then it's turned off after like so yeah, you're hearing us now 6 months in Calgary, September 2022. We'll let you know how it's going in November or February.
Well, let's put it this way. You'll definitely hear if it's bad.
We don't want to complain on this
and
this
you know
podcast.
What? If you don't hear a lot about it, then it's probably all
right. We'll let you know. I know there's some people that... Because people keep asking me, too, about the weather. I'm just like, I don't know, actually. I can't tell you. No. It's so confusing.
I will say today on my ride, it was quite windy. And I was feeling very annoyed by that.
It was really windy today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could let's list a couple little annoyances with Calgary. Because we got to be fair in our assessments here, right? It's not all peaches and ice cream.
Okay, so for me, I drive around a lot.
Yeah.
While traffic still moves, which is nice, not at a standstill, people don't know how to drive still. There's still people that don't know how to drive, or they're very aggressive.
Yeah, there's very aggressive drivers.
I'm trying to find that happy medium of speed because I got a speeding ticket for the first time ever, and I don't want that to happen again. Too, though.
I see a lot more like speeding traps and.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My GPS is like there's one here, and it takes you 30 minutes to get to this place. So I'm like, wow.
Sorry if you're hearing that buzzing sound. The furnace just kicked on.
Oh, it's
and
on.
We record by it.
I'm like wrapped up in a blankie and a Jake's big sweater because I'm chilled.
But so the cops and all their speed trapping, that's a little annoying because BC seems to never police that ever.
They're mostly out at night.
I've gotten tickets in BC, but like I feel like it's not a thing I see even weekly. So
no, this is daily
felt like
for
they didn't.
sure.
Yeah.
So so not traffic exactly. It's drivers are still kind of dinky.
Yep.
But I guess you're just gonna get that everywhere. So let's just talk about what bothers me about Calgary. Let me think about that. What do you think?
What bothers me here?
Didn't think about that.
No. The bike thieving.
Oh, yeah.
Bike theft downtown is a big deal.
That's
My dad's bike got stolen, for those who haven't heard that episode. His like really nice, $2,000 mountain bike. So if you have a nice bike, don't bring it to Calgary and leave it in public anywhere. Be like me, have kind of a crummy, $100 Craigslist special, and no one will even try to steal it. It's awesome. It gets me where I need to go, and no one wants to take it from me. So it's the perfect Calgary bike.
Can you recall anything that I've complained about? I seriously, at the moment right now, can't think of anything that's bothering me about Calgary.
Mostly it's the traffic.
Yeah, we've
I do find some of the road patterns here, like just the road design seems a little goofy.
I don't like driving downtown, but I don't like driving downtown anywhere.
Yeah. Well, this downtown's better than Vancouver.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's just shitty
better
right now because
than
there's lots of construction right now.
Oh, yeah.
But
I guess that would be a gripe. Yeah, the summer construction here. Because they have an even shorter construction time or like window, where it's decent weather.
Yeah.
So it feels like every single construction project happens at once. And, I was making that joke, like, you can't get around in this province. Because during the summer, all the roads are torn up and blocked and you can't go down them. And then it turns into winter and the weather's too shitty and it's iced over and there's wind too hard, so you have to stay home anyway. So you just can't go anywhere. And
yeah.
That's my way of joking about it.
Nothing for me at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. It does sound like for a lot of people that finding work is difficult for them. But, we went through some periods here where I found it tough to find work, but then it picks back up. And so I think I'm getting used to a different season.
Even in my house cleaning and like with your photo, all your, your stuff, people have told us like August is quiet.
Yeah.
So it was quiet for me too. I don't know who these other people you're talking to and what they're wanting to do, but
I guess just people who aren't like freelance or work for themselves. I guess if you're looking for like traditional employment.
Yeah.
Is the word.
I don't know. This is the first time I've done a house cleaning job, and I got it really quickly, and that was nice, and helped me from taking something I really absolutely fucking did not ever want to do again. So thank you, guys.
Absolutely. But I think the thing we want to leave everyone with today is that it's been a really great move for us. We're, learning a lot about ourselves, about owning a home, about, becoming part of a new community, learning a whole new area of the world and, its weather patterns and cultures and histories and traditions and everything that's, I guess, fun about going to a new place and meeting new people and discovering new things. Mm-hmm. And it's really fun that we get to do it together.
Yeah. Yippee.
I love that.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to our 19th episode. If you want to like and support the podcast, we have a Patreon now. There's a link to that. If you have comments, suggestions, questions, or if you just want to write us and share a funny joke or something, you can write us pairofdinks@gmail.com. And you can also find us on Instagram @pairofdinks.
Yeah, come say hi on Instagram. That's the only thing I can look at.
Yeah, and we share photos and stuff there from time to time, so you can kind of see who we are and what we do.
Yeah.
Right on.
We're cute.
You're cute.
You shut up.
Oh, this argument again. All right. Bye, everyone.